What is up? You have the classroom with Monroe and Shylo Bijold. Let's get started.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are listening in. I'm so excited. This is our first show for the classroom, and we are about to school you on all of the things that you need to be doing to make sure that you come out a bad bitch in 2022. This is Shylo and Monroe, and we are excited to be here with you. Shylo, how are you this morning?
I'm awesome. I have been flying. So I woke up, and I have to tell the story before we get started because this is classic. I woke up at probably 4, but I laid there and then I messaged you and I knew you were up because that's how we are. I'm like, I'm up, you're up. And I'm like, I'm thinking about my car insurance and something happened. And you're like, this is why you stress out. I'm like, I know. But then, seriously, I have to think like this because I'll forget and then I'll lose my insurance on my car because something happened. So it's just crazy. That's how we work. Women are like that. But you know what? That's okay. And you talked about being a bad bitch, so let's do it. Let's give everybody, because we're all about meat and potatoes, we're all about action. And I think that's really important because when you come on here, we want to give you value. We want to leave you feeling and knowing more than when you came. So Meaghan, let's talk about it. Let's talk about what's going on, what's shifting right now. We are coming into the end of the year. And there's a lot of big money moves being had. I know we're making big moves together, but also just our circles are making big moves. And there's a lot of shifts happening right now economically. So let's just talk about it for the women and the guys who hop on here because we love our men. We love our men. Yeah. So let's talk about it.
Okay, where I'm at is it's time to clean house. I think that a lot of people, they do this whole, we're going to go crazy during the holidays. You guys are kind of in a haze. You're not paying attention. You're excessive, maybe a little manic. I know I am. Okay, you're not alone. But where I'm at is I'm like, I'm not going to go into 2020 and have it be a whole accident. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of waking up on accident. And so for me, everything that I'm doing is intentional and on purpose. And I want to challenge you. It's time to clean house. It's time to literally take an evaluation of not only your environment, not only the people that you're keeping around, not only your business situations, your work situations, but also your internal behaviors that you're going to be taking into this next year. We have 35 days left until 2022. Where did this year even go? Where did it go? So there is, so much opportunity. We are in the middle of the biggest wealth transfer in all of history. If you know anything about economics, if you know anything about economics, I might drop a beat there and we might have to drop a beat there. If you know anything about economics, you understand that we are in a huge hit of inflation because of these COVID relief packages that are being printed. And I'm sorry, but it's something like 63% of all Americans have a side hustle. I don't know if y'all are babysitting kids on the weekend, if you're cutting hair, doing nails, you could be making salsa or selling pies. Tamales, maybe. I've been there one time or two, so it's time to start doing that stuff on purpose. And some of you guys are being locked into jobs for $2,000, $3,000 a month when you could be spending your time doing things like taking pictures for Instagram and strategically speaking smartly on Clubhouse. Why are you even wasting your time? They keep complaining. And this is so funny because my friends that are like, oh, people won't go back to work in the US. That's not what's happening. We are having an entrepreneur revolution. People have learned how to hustle. They took those stimulus checks. They took that PPP money. They built themselves a business and they are not going back to work to the same traditional ways. Why? Because when we saw that we could sit at home with our computers in our pajamas and our booty shorts and make a bag, why the heck are we going to go back to corporate America where we're disrespected, where we're treated like we don't know anything when we're the reason the company's running as well as it is in the first place? Okay, ladies. So I want you to sit here and evaluate your situation. Where are you sick and fed up? Where are you tired of your own shit? Are you ready to make it smell good around here? Because I know I am. Okay. This year I'm coming so hard. Me and Shylo made some very big decisions over the last few days. And one of them is committing to this space together, this podcast for you guys. And I want you guys to understand that as we move together fiercely into 2022, we're not holding back. It's time for you to clean up your shit. It's time for you to look for bigger. It's time for you to stop compromising. What makes you happy? I have a pile of sunflowers right here that I'm staring at, and they make me so freaking happy. I used to not keep fresh flowers on my desk because I didn't know a man should buy me flowers. No, I buy my own flowers now, even though I do got a man to be buying me flowers. He's over here and he's sweet. But I don't know about you, Shylo. Are you cleaning up? Are you cleaning up your shit?
let's talk about it. So I'll just review a little bit the year, because when I got started last year, you were in my world. I mean, you've been in my life for almost 7 years, but you have been in my world heavily on the back end. So I did a post yesterday, and I talked about, your move in silence. And I think what's really important for people is it's not the time to be shouting out all the things that you're gonna do before you do them. Don't do that. Don't do that shit. Make the moves. And I'm talking about taking action all the freaking time. So last year, when I came into 2021, I can't even think of it a year because it's been crazy.
I'm in 2009 still, girl.
I
It's
know,
okay.
I know. I'm like, is this 2019 or what? I was in survival mode. For a lot of people who don't know me, who are coming in here, I went through a massive shift last year in business. I had to step to the side and reevaluate in my life. I was going through a separation and divorce. I was suffering with some PTSD still. I was having a great moments. I started my own show, and then I was just staying in action. My whole goal for the year was to stay active no matter how big or small every single day, because I had to get through some of those really big life changes. And I mean, I made like at least 2 to 3 life changes, massive ones that you don't normally make in the first year. And so I joined Meaghan in a lot of adventures. And we talk about Clubhouse, and you're going to hear it a lot. Clubhouse is a platform where you can be in a room with eight-figure earners, Fortune 500 owners, investment banking. I mean, and celebrities. It doesn't matter, and you get to have a voice with them. You get to hear them. And I did jump in those rooms for a brief moment and got to hear people, and even got advice from some really incredible entrepreneurs to me personally, and helped me gain my voice back. So I had lost my voice due to another thing I had changed, Meaghan, was I quit drinking. So I mean, I quit drinking, I get a separation, I'm going through a divorce, I start new businesses, all these things, plus my other business. And it was like, okay, get through this, Shylo. And then as we are coming into this fourth quarter and the end of the year, I have shifted out of my survival mode, and now I'm making moves. I'm making moves, and we don't have to talk about all those moves, but we're making decisions, because 2022 is going to be the year that we 10x our income. And it's not that I'm saying that like, oh, I hope it. I know it because I already know what we're doing. Like, it's a plan. There's no like, it's not me going, I hope I make this. It's no, I actually know what I'm going to make, and it's probably going to be more, but I'm being smart, and I'm learning. And the other thing is, you need to stop floating by. The other thing is, you have to open up your mind. You have to be committed to learning something new right now. For me, it's Bitcoin, it's NFTs, it's investment banking, it's real estate. I know I have to get very smart in this area. I can't just say, oh, I'll buy something. No, I need to know what I'm doing. I need to understand what fluid means. I need to understand what the people in these rooms and these incredibly successful people are talking about, so I can join in and be a part of this game and play. And I want to play in 2022. I want to play at my highest. I want to do the things, and I want to show people that even at home you can do these things, and you can do so many things, even with just a little bit of knowledge, or at least get your foot in the door. Even a podcast like this, like listening to people who are guiding you or letting you experience what they're experiencing. Like, just do it, and stop being stubborn. Don't sit and float this year. There is no time for it. The world, the economy is about to dramatically shift. We are in high inflation, and we have to be smart. We have to make those moves. So what else do you want? Where do we want to go now? Because I was really intrigued last night listening to I'll say passionate people, and that's okay. It's good to be passionate about investment banking or investments, real estate, the main thing, in real estate, Bitcoin, NFTs. For people who don't know, they're everybody hears about it, and everyone's like, well, what is that? Is that like a scam? Is it no. You need to get educated on these things. Meaghan, what would you tell somebody if they wanted to look at Bitcoin? We'll talk Bitcoin first, then real estate. What should they be looking for? What should they be doing right now to get smart, educate themselves? And where would you start?
The very first thing I would do is download Cash App and buy Bitcoin. But like I said, this is not financial advice, and I don't know what I'm talking about, even though I do know what I'm talking about. And you should go buy Bitcoin right now on Cash App. Okay. The next thing that you need to do is you need to DM me the word crypto on Instagram. It's Wealth is Monroe. And I'm going to send you a free PDF book called The Bitcoin Standard. And it's going to teach you what cryptocurrency is from start to finish. We go from the barter system all the way up to what Bitcoin is doing right now, causing a revolution when it comes to the financial industry. What we're dealing with right now is the world powers are all becoming bankrupt. United States, China, the Soviet Union and Russia played a fun game with oil at the beginning of last year. And ever since then, it has triggered this chain reaction, plus inflation package after inflation package. People don't realize the United States is the governance token for the entire world. We are the world power. Our Federal Reserve is the most powerful in the world, and it's failing us severely right now. And so what you see is mass adoption where people are turning to something like Bitcoin, and they're confused because they're like, well, what is this thing? It's just in the air. Well, guess what, you guys? If you would have gone into Walmart at any point this time of year, you would have noticed that you couldn't spend cash at any particular register. You could only go to one or two specific ones, that there was a coin shortage. When have we ever been in coin shortage? I remember taking buckets of copper pennies into kindergarten, okay, to try and win a contest. We have never had a coin shortage. What they were doing with these stimulus packages, what they were doing with taking paper currency coins out of circulation, was to adjust you to a digital economy. And so what they're doing is they're actually introducing a US based digital dollar. This is not USDT, okay? So don't go buy that stuff. What they're going to be doing is over the next few months, you will see them fully adopt cryptocurrency. And you may or may not, this is not speculation, this is me just saying, be on the lookout for this. You may wake up one day and they realize that they completely killed the dollar because they're printing 5% inflation, $1.2 billion they're infusing into our market. The Fed is. This is outside of these COVID relief packages, okay, you guys? I know I'm saying some big things, but this is the facts. So what you have to understand is that they're taking this fake money that they're printing in these stimulus packages, they're washing it in Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is a currency that's dictated by the entire world as its value, not just our economy. Our economy dictates the value of our dollar. Our world trade dictates the value of our dollar. But Bitcoin is ruled by the world's economy, and it is the people's currency. So I want you guys to understand that the value is not determined on some random person in an office adding more zeros to a spreadsheet and printing more dollars because they decide that we need roads, where 1.3% of the funding in these COVID relief stimulus packages are actually going for COVID relief, okay? If you guys look it up, you can see that the last one went towards getting new couches for Congress, okay? Like, are they really that tired when they're 1 week a month that they're actually working for us, even though we pay them somewhat $500,000 or what have you, okay? That's what questions you guys need to be asking yourselves. Why are you struggling to make rent? Why are you in a place and position where your kids are at grandma's house more than they're at yours? Because you're working your butt off. I don't know if you know your camera went off, but I'm just going to keep talking, Shylo. Okay, got a phone call. And I want you guys to understand that there are strategical ways to move through what's happening as people are selling their houses, as the currency is inflating, as we're seeing an influx of crypto projects. I mean, we were talking about 12,000% gains on crypto projects. And yes, you do have to be careful and you have to vet these projects. You can go to things like Coin Sniffer, Coin Market Cap to see what vetted currencies are there available. But the metaverse is the future. Facebook is turning their name to Meta. They have created a metaverse and they are doing all e-commerce transactions in those places. So I want you guys to understand that watching cryptocurrency is probably one of the best things that you could do with your $10 Starbucks money every morning. Okay, you don't need it. We all want to be hot bitches next summer. Okay, let's just understand that fuck, Shylo, there's 35 days left. That's $350 in Bitcoin you could be buying. And if you bought $350 in Bitcoin three to 5 years ago, it would be worth, upwards of $35,000. So I want you guys to understand that we have to stop with the Starbucks and we have to move into investing. We have to move into making strategical plans. We were talking, I'm going to say this and we can move on to the next thing. But last night we were talking about real estate investment versus cryptocurrency. And what I was telling everyone is we have private money lenders. I do high, like value real estate deals. And I broker some of those deals with my partners. And we were talking about, okay, what would you spend $500,000 on? Would you put it straight into real estate or would you buy cryptocurrency? I was like, you need to do both. And let me actually add a better step. So you take this $500,000, you would go buy Ethereum or Bitcoin. You would incorporate that wallet address, meaning turn it into a corporation. Yes, you can do that. Okay. I'm magic. I've got lots of magic tricks. Okay. Once you have that corporation that is now worth the valuation of 500 to a million or 500,000, let's just go with the 500,000. You take that to my private money lender. They're going to give you 10 to 1. So that 500,000 now is worth 5 million because they issue a line of credit on just seeing that you're liquid that much money. Because I mean, you're a really special person if you hold $500,000 in Bitcoin. I'm sorry. That just puts you in a club all your own. And from there, you take it, you can either go to real estate or you can do this smart thing. Shylo, you've got 3 kids, right? So you could take your 5 million and you got a mama and you could go open $5 million life insurance policies on your family. And then what do you do now? You do what we call infinity banking. So you have $1 million life insurance policy, and now you've turned your family into a bank because you can take out 70% of what you just invested. You're still earning 4% per month on that money sitting there, the full balance, the whole million, right? Mm-hmm. And now 70% of that is going to buy your real estate. This is how we move this year, you guys. Mm-hmm. Why would you go struggle when you could borrow? I can show you right now how to get $100,000 in business credit for free with a brand new entity. Why would you go work this year at all? It's actually cheaper for you to go borrow 100,000. Shylo, the highest interest rate I think I've ever paid when I was like really bad was like 9%. I'm pretty sure. How much do you pay in taxes on the income you earn? What percentage do you think you pay in taxes on the income you earn right now? 36% is average for the average entrepreneur.
That's okay. 30. I was going to say 30, but yeah.
So on average, 30%. Did you know that it's fucking cheaper for you to borrow somebody else's money and put it to work than it is for you to go to work? Why are you going to work? Why aren't you investing? Why aren't you building your own business? Why aren't you chasing your dreams? That's the real challenge that I have for you. I don't want that to go over your head. I just said the highest interest rate that I've ever paid when I had bad credit on $100,000 was 9%. Mm-hmm. It cost me 36% to pay income tax. Which one's cheaper?
Right. Here's the other people's money. I want to ask you a question and make sure I'm right on this because I'm not a money person. I hire people to help me, but I'm going to learn. So I'm going to learn. But you don't get taxed on debt. Am I right?
Nope. You can't get taxed on debt.
See? So what I'm saying is like Robert Kiyosaki was saying this. I was watching something and I'm like, okay. So now I'm not telling people to go into debt. Let's be clear, Meaghan, because no, you're not telling anybody that. We're talking about investments. This is when you go to start a business. So we don't want to have this come off like, oh yeah, just take out all this money, because that's not what this show is about. We are not here to tell you how to scam. We're not here to tell you how to take advantage of something for the wrong reasons. We're telling you, you need to be starting businesses. This is for entrepreneurs. Like that's what we're talking to. That's who I talk to. My circles are entrepreneurs. Doesn't matter.
High level entrepreneurs.
Yeah. High level entrepreneurs, artists. I was just sitting with a high level entrepreneur this week with my girlfriend, Candace. He's fabulous. He's an artist. He was talking about, COVID hit him hard and now he's coming out, but he's doing all these projects. Like, no, this doesn't stop you. COVID made more entrepreneurs. It made more billionaires because people who know that they had to move and shift did. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people who sat in it, cried, and thought, well, mom, come help me. Mom, come help me. Listen, they're not coming to help you. These packages, these things, you took advantage of it and you should have. But the people who didn't and sat on it and took just the minimum amount and sat home and did no work, did not get a skill, did not have education, did not start something new. And it doesn't even have to be a business. Did you start piano? People like me, we quit drinking. What did you do? Take advantage. You had so much time. There's no more time. I'm sorry to break it to you. I want to tell everybody on the show, there's no more time. We're here to light a fire in your ass. So if you can hear our energy, this is early. This show was recorded early this time. Like
I stayed up all night. I was up all night.
Like that's what we do. Like I got up at 4. I was in bed talking to Meaghan, and then I was doing all these other things. And I'm like, that's what we do. We have this energy because we know it's time. We're shifting. And so this is a lot of information, Meaghan. Like these people are going, holy, what did she just drop? Meaghan just dropped a lot of bombs. Monroe, Meaghan, I want you to follow her. We're going to make sure you have all of our handles. Make sure you're following me on Instagram, Meaghan on Instagram. It's under Monroe, Millennium Millionaire. She's an incredible woman, y'all. I'm going to brag on you for a second. You're 27 years young. You have been in this space for almost your entire 20s. She has done the right things. She is connected to all the people you know, all the people you may not know, but there are things happening and she's making a lot of things happen and she's about to change the world and shift, and we're going to do it together.
Yeah.
And that's why we started this show, because we have that type of energy together where we can bring you this information. I can dumb it down a little bit more for you because Meaghan's great. She's got a lot, but there's times where I'm like, whoa, you need to dumb that down for me. Like I don't know like what some of these terms mean. And for some people it's like this. And I'm going, I don't know that because I've let my husband take care of me for so long. I let him handle, I was telling Meaghan, he used to do the insurance. He used to do that stuff because I have a manic mind and I'm like, this is what I'm good at over here. I'm good at recruiting. I'm good at building. I'm good at talking. I'm good at this type of stuff. So it doesn't matter though. That's an excuse. There is no more time. I have to get good at finances. I have to know what I'm talking about. I have to take care of my family, my children, and set it up. So we're going to bring that to you on the show. Meaghan, before we wrap, what is your vision for this show? What is your vision? Because this is our first classroom. What's your vision?
I really believe that it's time for the rise of the wealthy goddesses. Like we have all been sitting here grinding, working our butts off. And that is in you because there's someone in you that's massive and that's pushing towards a direction in your life that you're meant to be. And the thing is that guess what, ladies? We're tired, but our men are more tired. They're beat down. They're broken down by this system. Their life is sucked out of them. They don't get to have emotion. They don't get to heal. And what's happening is guess what? The Bible says that the lowest of the low, the last will become first and the first shall become last. The wealth of the sinners will be stored up for the righteous. Okay. And guess where we are in time right now, honey? And if you're like me, I'm a Black Latino woman. I'm the lowest of the low. I'm the lowest on the totem pole, but guess how much funding is available because they owe my people. Okay. You are fine and fully funded going into 2022. Walk beside me in Shylo, join the Comeback Queen, follow me in the Wealthy Women Entrepreneurs Group community. You'll have both those links. Guys, be with us as we go. My vision for this show is to give you the plays that people are charging too much for, to give you access to the information. The Bible says my people perish for lack of knowledge. If you follow this show, you will never lack knowledge. We are out here going first. If you're afraid and you want to follow somebody into the forest, guess what? We're the trailblazers. Shylo's always done that. That's why I follow her. I told her that these are big footsteps to fill and I'm going to continue to follow them. And we're pretty doing it. Like, why not? Right? That's all I've got to say.
And we're wearing crop tops and shoulders are you could be sexy and wealthy at the same time. You can be a powerhouse and be incredible. You do not need to walk in the masculine. The one thing I want to talk about as we wrap too, for the women, stop being the masculine. You don't have to act like a man to be successful. Women are successful. Men are successful. What Meaghan said about men being tired, they're absolutely worn out. They are worn out. And women, we need to step in our power as the nurturer and the other half. There is a balance. It's not one and the other. There's not one breadwinner. There is two, and there is two people, and you need to embrace that too. So get out of this crazy extreme over here and extreme over here. It's not just women can rule the world. It's both. You need both parties to rule the world, and the women need to step up right now because it's coming back into the time thousands of years ago when those women were in control, when there was peace in the world, and we're coming into that time where there's going to be peace, wealth beyond wealth for the people who open their eyes.
So good. So good.
This has been another incredible episode of The Classroom. Our first episode, by the way. You're going to get lots more from us. Our links will be posted. You heard Meaghan. You heard her. Go on Instagram. Find us. If you need help, we are here. We can also connect you. The one thing about us, too, if we can't answer it, we know somebody who can. So thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Glutathione is a big word. It's the body's own master antioxidant. It's a scavenger for free radical, bacteria, and viruses. There are no products in the market with the ingredient NASET. NASET increases the production of glutathione that's in our body already to strengthen and enhance our immune system, elevate sense of well-being, support muscle strength and endurance, cognitive function, and liver support. It helps with increased energy and blood sugar regulation. Get your bottle of GSH Plus from www.salvationnutra.com.